Okay, good to go. Yes. お願いします。
お願いします。
Okay, good. We'll just start loosening the body up. It's like that vertical. Good. Okay, front and back. And side to side. And working with rotation. And inside, outside. Okay, I'm going to the swing, so just let me swing through. Okay, working side to side, the hips. Working the shoulders, front and back. Either way. And then just mix them up freely, so just playing with the connection with the arms and the hip. Yes. Opening from the up, diagonally, to the back. Just break the connection. Do one at a time, or you can do both together. Transfer the weight of the arm. Just do a little bit of 𝒕𝒊𝒂𝒕, so just working with the feet. Just first roll into the back. So just turn it. Keep the center in the hands. The hands are heavy, but they're just going to float into position. Most of the movements in the feet. Just let it sink down. Sink down. Really focusing on the quality of the connection to the ground. Good. And then just take it into a tenkan. So just letting the foot turn, and then just roll it back with the feet. Roll from the front foot and stepping back. There. And there. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 6. And then taking into a Yidimi Tenkan, so stepping in and rolling through. Stepping in, roll through. Good. And then just mix the 3 rotation movements in freely. So you've got this rotation, you've got coming from the back foot, and you're stepping into it this way. So just mix them in, really move around. You can also change the angles with it, just so the body can move freely in any direction. Just fill the space of the room. Okay. Okay, and then just start to flexibly work two movements together. So you just move into them. So you roll into it and then roll into the next one. But just keep the movement passing through so you can rotate, step, go wherever you like with it. Just feel the two movements now passing together. So just be really careful now with the knees. So just watch the knees, don't go too fast. And there should be no real stress on the knee joint. So just watch for the rotation. Try not to plant the foot and then twist into the knee. So just really be careful with the knee as you go, but take it now. You go 1 into 2. You can do this really slowly as well. So if you get kind of stuck with one movement, just keep revisiting it. And just take it nice and slow. But just so you've got 1 into 2. You can do any combination of rotation work or stepping. Good. So nice. And just try this one. It's the last one. Just in this case, keep the arms very loose. So it's very easy to get lost in the handwork in this one. So you just stay in constant motion now. So keep it very simple, but just keep the body really in motion. So it's as if someone's either threatening to strike or they're kind of pushing you around, but you've got the sensation the body's just going to stay totally in motion. So the feet now are totally active through it. So to take all the feeling into the footwork, so what's going on, just let the arms drain down. And this will also help the body stay a little bit more vertical, a little bit more balanced. Just watch I don't get caught into the handwork. So just let the arms come down and just mix them in. So the footwork becomes slightly more supple. And the body's just going to stay in motion. So again, just watch the knees. You can do this slow as well. It's just about keeping the body in constant motion. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Good. That's Good. And just really start to bring the hands into it. Don't think so much about doing something with the hands, like moving, koki work, striking, or anything like this. Just think about the hands really working with the feet together, with the hips. So just let the hands really very softly follow the body. They're going to stay around about the center line, but just feel that they're just going to stay with it. And as soon as I start to feel the hands start to take over, just drop them. Just drop them and go back to this. Really get the sensation that the footwork's really pliable, so you're kind of pleating with the feet. You really let the feet be totally active through it. We're really used to kind of taking positions and placing the feet. Da-dum, 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 da-dum. So don't let this happen. Let the footwork really be super soft. So there's no time when the foot becomes placed totally. The weight's going to be just shifting constantly. And then once you've got that feeling, just bring the hands into it. Very softly. And you can start to make this small as well, so it doesn't have to be big. It's not actually about movement, it's just about shifting the weight through the base. There. And then starting to get the hands involved. Keep them relatively close to the body. Just about bringing them into the movement. Just feel that they're constantly in motion as well, so the hands constantly shifting position. This is another exercise really to do for a while because it doesn't take so much effort, or it doesn't take really any effort. And the more you do it, the more a sense of connection between the parts of the body will become very clear as well. So the more you can get the feeling for the hands being really connected into the feet, the more you kind of get from this exercise. There we go. Okay. Okay, good. Just try this a little bit with an image as if someone's attached to the body, so they can be attached in the shoulders or the arms or the grip. We do this all the time in Aikido. We do it very formally, so we tend to be practicing it as a skill, but it's practice. It's locked within form. So what you want to feel is that if someone's grabbed you or they're in contact with you, the only way I can really affect them is if I'm using the whole body to do it. So if you think about Ryo Kata or Kokinage, when we do this big movement, the only way I can really make this as an effective movement is if the whole body's involved in the technique. The moment I go to just moving the arms, this will be, again, localized power. It's not really going to work. So just have the sensation a little bit like someone's got very soft contact on the body. They're either pushing, pulling, or they're just grabbing to try and hold. And just feel that as you go, how you would move with that person attached to you. So you should slightly change it. What I don't do is use the arms in a kind of just in any kind of way. So really feel that the arms are really attaching to the hips and the body, and that as you go, you're trying to really shift the weight in a very effective way. So just feel as if someone's really attached to the body and they're constantly moving as well. So they're pressing into the body, or they're pulling away, or they're trying to pin you into the ground. But just feel you stay free, mobile, and that the hands are really going to be an expression of that center work. Just play with it. You can also imagine things like having a ball in the hands or objects in the hands, or even using a sword, but have this idea of slightly that you're going to manipulate something or someone, but you're really kind of free in the movement. That's it. That's it.
we go. Yeah, okay. Nice.
Very good. Okay, so it's really easy. When we go to these exercises, we start to go into, again, front focus. So if I've got an imaginary partner or I've got a real partner, that I basically lock onto them, and then all my movements are basically in this kind of domain here. So I'm moving in this kind of way. But have a sense that also the other thing we're doing like it all the time again is this idea of multiple opponents and really checking the whole space and really being able to engage in all directions. So just imagine now you've got either 2, 3, 4 people in the room, and they're basically closing into your space. So you want the idea now that you're not going to lock onto one person and go into a kind of struggle with them, but you're actually just going to slip out of the space. So imagine you've got 3 or 4 people kind of coming into the space here. And what you want to feel now is that as you go, you're going to exit out of the space this way. So you want to get a full view of the space, but you also want to move the body in a very mobile way, and you can go in any direction. But just feel that you exit the space. So it's not a kind of a way to kind of escape out of it, but you're trying to just sink the body away and then find a different position. So your aim is to get a total view and actually to get to the back of one of the people. So imagine they're coming in, you slip out, and you get to the back of one person. So it's just about being able to move in any direction you go, and just challenge yourself a little bit. So you've got a very still position in this one. Going back to kind of stillness, and then just feel you can just go out to the back, and you can involve the hands as well. You can go in with strikes. If you go back, if you want to give it a bit more focus, but just feel that you've got this quality of the people coming in, and you slip out, and you get out this way into the middle. Okay, just give it a try. That's it. That's it. That's it. Good, good, good. There we go, there we go. Good. Okay, good. Take a BOKKEN.
Michael, thank you very much. See you later, guys.
See you soon.
See you soon.
Okay, good. We'll just go to similar. We'll work to a similar exercise, but just come into the cutting first. So just working into the first Suburu. Yes. Get into the cutting. Yeah. Wash. Was. Yes. Wash. Was. 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 Wash. So. Good. Wash. Nice. Good. And then just working with Zengo. So you've got the same rotation work, and now you're bringing in a really cutting movement into it. So just bringing everything together. The whole body goes, compressions through the feet, and really letting the sword come into focus right at the end. Really with a focus of a change, total change of direction. Wash. Good. Okay, good. Now just play with the back foot. So the same rotation we do in the Shihogiri when you're taking the back foot through, or in this case the front foot. This one and rotating through. So play with different directions. Again, it's just about bringing the whole body into a rotation and then finding the cut. But just see if you can make it one movement. So you roll from whatever side you cut to, front foot goes out, and then you find a rotation. And just play with the angle so you can make it very broad, or you can make it quite narrow. Just so that front foot's going to sweep across. Sweep across. There. So just getting used to this feeling of really totally changing the direction of the body. Engaging in a new direction. There. There. And you can use things in the room just as a kind of focus point. Just to allow you to just extend the feeling a little bit away from the body. Good, good. Yeah, that's it, nice. Great. Yeah, that's it, very nice. Good, and then just explore the same thing, working from the back foot. So you've got, again, play with different angles, make it wider. But the basic one is that you're just going to bring the back foot through, step, and then cut in. Again, make these really expansive. So the more complicated movement, again, the balance is challenged. So there's a tendency to start to kind of shrink into the body a little bit. Everything becomes quite low. So really open these movements out. Again, it's very useful to have kind of objects around in mind, but just get this feeling that you're really opening the space up and cutting into it. So you're really going to mobilize from the backside this time. Stepping through, cutting down. And you can really open this one out so that you can take different angles with the cut. But really, again, this whole idea is really just being able to change the position. Change the direction totally. Good. Okay, just mixing now two cuts, so one after the other come together. So just really play with them. You've got lots of possibilities in this case. You're going to step in, find the rotation, but just so that you're engaging in two totally different directions. You do this really simply with the first 𝒂𝒏𝒈 and then cutting in this way. But just have a very clear idea where you're going to go. Not exactly precisely, but you've got one rotation leads to the other. So just really focusing on two, but feel that they're part of the same motion. So you've got to pause between, in, and then find another set. In, there, in, and just really play with them. Make it as challenging as you like. Good. That's right. Yeah. Whoosh. Whoosh. Zoom. Yeah. Yes. Whoosh. Okay, good. And it's the same exercise, but now don't do anything on the first cut, or don't make a cut on the first movement. You just move the body, and in the second movement, find the cut. So what you do now is something like this: just let the body go through, and then the second movement, find the cut. So the very first move, just allow the body to kind of move out of the space. Let the sword really just come with the body. So the first movement you look for just movement, and then the second, find the cut this way. It's got a little bit of a sharper feeling, more focus on the body work. So in that very first motion, just let it come from the body. And then the second movement, find the cut. So you move the body, find the cut this way. Okay, good. Nice. Yeah, good. Nice. Good. Okay, good. And then just keep it in movement. So again, keep the idea not specifically on the cutting the sword work, but on body work, freedom of movement, and really exploring, engaging different angles of in the space. So just play with it now in motion totally. Again, keep it slow, and sometimes just let the body just go through. So just keep the body in motion. Don't look for a cut in every movement, but just keep the body moving. And then when you've got a position, just find the cut. And you can either stop at the cut or you can just keep the body going. Yeah. Just this soft, pleating feeling in the feet. And the focus is really on the body work, not so much in the sword. The sword's just a kind of focus point for the hands. And find the cut. Really focusing on engaging the body in a totally different direction and really fully with the whole body. There. And if you start to feel the body, you start to get caught in the arms, just drop everything again. So just drop the sword, nice and relaxed. Just go back to body work. Find the feet again, find the ground, and then find the hands with the sword. And then when you've got that, just start to bring the cuts into it. Just really explore. So you've got any kind of striking movement you can think of. That's it. Nice. Nice. Good. Okay, good. Yeah, it's always this hit when we've got these kind of, especially when we're doing these kind of movements, and especially when we're doing them with partners and whatever, everything starts to go up, we start to go low, we start to go into the ground, we start to go into these kind of movements, so everything starts to become about the handwork. So just as one exercise, just to finish, just keep this idea of the ground and really calming down the movement and getting to a state really of a kind of real stillness, and then coming into the motion with it. So what you do is the same, everything with the body. So you've got this kind of position, and then just feel that you're in motion, yeah, and then what I want you to do is just really drain everything down. So you lower the sword, everything comes down, and just feel that the body goes into a very still movement, and just let the sword really drain down. Feel the length of the body, feel the weight of the ground. And just for now, just move out of it. So you're just going from a real, very flexible motion. Feel the body's totally in motion, and then just drain the body down. So the sword, the mind, everything just calms right down. Feel that real stillness, and then just move out of it. Yeah, that's the last one. Just let the sword go. And then come out of it. Just play with the last few. Nice. Good. Good. Okay, then the last one, just from that very simple position. So you've got everything drained down. I'm just going to do one cut. This is if you're going to do Mikiwase, so you go here, just let everything raise up and cut down to the side. So one simple move. Again, just move around 3 stages to it there. Moving, sinking, settling, draining everything down. And then come straight into the movement. And you want this really subtle transition from the movement to the stillness and to the attack. And then back. Just the last few, really concentrated. Whoosh. Great, we'll stop there. Very good. So, let's see. Domo, arigato gozaimashita.
どうも、どうもありがとうございました。
Good. Very nice.
Thank you, Michael.
Great.